guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about what to do if you're not happy with the company you joined and what is the best resolution to this problem, what they might charge you, and what obstacles you'll have. As you remember, the first time I came to China, I came with another girl. The next day after we arrived, she was gone. She just packed her things, she did not like the company, and she left. She was lucky because her visa was not ready, the company did not have any of her documents, so she did not have to repay anything. But what if you guys join the company and you stay there for a month, you're on your probation period, and actually you don't like it there and you make a decision to quit. You decide to leave, you decide to break the contract early, so what can you expect in this situation? First of all, I want to say that the company cannot charge you anything and it's against the law. Even if your contract states something like this, it's against the law. The same goes with notice. In some companies, they ask you to sign the contract that says that you have to give 3 months notice. That is against the law because at least the law in Shanghai says that you have to give a 30-day notice. 30-day notice is enough to break the contract and you don't have to give them anything and you don't owe anything, and you need to know your rights. But what you have to know, you have to expect the delay tactics. As soon as the company learns that they have spent a lot of time recruiting you, teaching you, they put a lot of efforts in everything regarding like you settling down, your visa, and suddenly you decide to leave, they'll try to use lots of delay tactics. One of the excuses will be, oh, we have an HR backlog, or this takes time, it's a long process.
I will not fail the mission.
Or we need a formal written explanation with reasons why you decide to leave the company. Whatever it is, you should understand that most of these schools that operate here and those schools that try to ask you for money or do something illegal, they have pretty good connections with the police and with the government, and if you decide to go against them, it's not a good idea. Another thing is pretty weird, but in Chinese company, if they have a dissatisfied employee, they're happy to keep dissatisfied employee, and that is really weird because if someone is dissatisfied, the person is not doing the job properly and ruining the vibe, but they're so happy to keep you at any cost. So if you are unhappy with your job and you say, guys, I want to leave the company, they'll try their best to make you stay there, and even though you're unhappy and they know, they'll still try to make you stay there. And if you don't stay there, and if you try to go against the system, leave the company, they will try to punish you a lot in the way that, okay, you have to give us money, you have to repay flight tickets if they paid for your flight tickets, you have to repay TEFL certificate if they paid for your TEFL certificate, and something else. Maybe it would be a medical check or some other things like hotel, if they paid for your hotel. They'll try to charge you. Is it legal to charge you this money? No, it's not legal. But as we remember, nobody is playing here by the rules of what's legal, what's illegal. Everyone has connections here, and you don't have connections here, so you're gonna lose this game. But they're backed up by some rich people in China. Which actually leads me to my next point. You can spend some time and money and ask the lawyer to help you, but from my experience, this can take months and months. And this could actually ruin your reputation as a teacher as well. So by hiring a lawyer, the lawyer could help you if the school decides to charge you some money for the flights, or they'll say, okay, you have to repay us some money for a TEFL certificate or something else, then yeah, you can involve the lawyer. But from my experience, the best thing is to sit down and talk and say, okay guys, what do you want? They'll say, okay, we want you to stay for 2 more weeks. You're like, fine, I'm gonna stay. The best way is to end up on good terms, because if you end up on bad terms, this will actually have impact on your future jobs, because your next employer will take a look at the company you worked at and he'll contact this company and he'll say, why did he leave, or why did she leave after 2 months? Then you'll have a bad reputation. In order to avoid it, the best way is just to sit down and ask, what do you want, and try to find some common ground. Maybe they want you to help find another teacher. Fine, it's not your job, but in order to you know, have a brighter future, and in order to solve the situation, say, okay, I'll help you to find the teacher. I'll post some messages in the group for foreigners and ask who wants to come and replace me. That's it. So this is how I would do it, and this is a smart exit strategy. If you want to hire a lawyer, like there was one employee who worked in my kindergarten, and after 2 months he did not like it there and he decided to quit, and he hired a lawyer to sue the school for all wrongdoings, and he ended up having a lot of money deducted from him, which was actually illegal, but they did it. So in situations like this, you should remember that all these schools, they have good relationship. It doesn't make much sense, and you'll lose so much money and so much time, and it's just not worth it. So the best way is to leave peacefully. Get a good recommendation letter, and not to ruin relationship, because you never know when will be the time when you want to come back and ask them for help or anything. Why they want to publicly punish the person who leaves the company, so that other employees would be scared. They'd be scared of doing something like this, and they'd rather finish the contract rather than actually terminating and saying, okay guys, I don't want to finish my contract. Here guys, you really have two options. If you join the company and you really don't like how the things are going, option one, you just try to bear it. You just try to stay for that year, finish it, and get your recommendation letter and never come there back again. Or you try to live peacefully. You try to say, okay guys, what can I do? How can we negotiate? I don't want to stay. Obviously, you will have to sacrifice something, but living on bad terms and getting a lawyer and going through the police, again, will not end up well. You might get what you wanted, but it will all be super duper complicated and honestly not worth your time. It's not worth your time. So let me know guys what you think about it, and if you have faced any situations like this, and how would you resolve the problem like this. Please let me know what you think about this. And by the way, if you want to avoid terrible agents, I have a Telegram channel where I'm sharing good jobs, tips on how to apply for jobs, everything about visas. So if you haven't joined yet, make sure to join the Telegram channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you'll never ever have to use this knowledge, but if you do have to use it, good luck and see you later. Bye.